This here's Home and Homesteader, live from, well, not so live now, recorded from the PC and Homestead. Some of y'all might remember back from the summer, this is my Bahamas hat. Thank you again, Aunt Connie. And the fantastical mechanical genius, Uncle Steve. I figured that this Bahamas hat, although I got me a little toboggan on under it, was fitting for an update on the insulating of the RV and other updates. Well, first of all, I told you about carpeting in the bottom and using a little Reflectix. That has been able to keep Homer walking barefoot in the RV in the frozen tundra here in northern part of the lower peninsula of Michigan. I know we're just warming up for winter. It's about ready to get real cold, but I bought a 5x7 carpet, was able to fit it all in. I think I showed you all that. These here are all the scraps I had left over. I will say, to be completely honest, minus a few little shreds where I cut out around the table legs for the kitchen table in the RV there. So I was able to take a 5x7 rug, cut out around everything, reuse some pieces here, there, and whoosh, all of a sudden I can walk barefoot even in the cold. Also give you an update on the insulation. You might know I bought 24 rolls of the 2x6 23-inch wide insulation. I was installed 24 minus 7. Come on, get it. I installed 17 of them and put them covered, like I said, with plastic. I just put rolls from this side on the ground. I put some plastic underneath it. Most of it was the plastic that I'd taken off from around each roll. So I put that down on the ground, and you can see here is a place where I had to go around a piece of plumbing that was sticking out. So it's got some plastic down in here on the ground as a barrier. I want to be able to reuse that. And then I covered with construction plastic over the whole thing. Now I cut my rolls to go all the way from the ground on both sides, except when I got over top of the window down here. Like I told you, I was going to cover as much as I could, and left this window open. You can see I covered over the top of it. Not exactly the most decorative, but let me tell you, it's been warm. I also, as you might see, I had the straw around to help keep it warm. I've stacked that up a little higher in places, and that helps to keep off. I'll show you around the front too. And again, it was just a temporary thing. I put some 2x4s up. I put a little bit of plywood around the bottom. You can see this. I ripped this all with my hand saw since my batteries weren't charged when I got my power tools. And then I moved the straw that was around the back side of this up here, stacking it a little higher on the RV instead of just to the bottom, or just around the bottom. That helped there. And also up here in the front, you can see I stacked it a little bit higher, getting up and doing a little more protection. Now I'll tell you what all this is added, and while it seems a little expensive, it is temporary, and like I said, I'll reuse most of this in other building projects, but wanted to stay warm. And as a result of adding this insulation, moving the straw around, been able to get in bed at night, and it was actually warm instead of cold. Only on the coldest nights now, even with the furnace shut off, is the RV freezing on the windows. So that's why I got the warm hat. It's been very warm. Probably in the next update, I'll talk to you about add a couple solar panels here. I think they're Thunderbolt solar panels from Arbor Freight. As you can see, that's facing south. I got a lot of trees. I'll give you an update on that. It's working okay. Been able to use some lights in the RV at night. Anyway, told you I'd give you an update on the insulation. Really, the only problem I ran into is I couldn't get any of my tapes, Gorilla tape, duct tape, to stick. This is painting tape. As you can see, it's only sticking partially, the construction tape. I do want to find something to help keep that in better from flapping around and letting some air in and out. As you can see, I even used the ladder over here from the RV to kind of hold the end cap on. But that was really the only problem I ran in, and insulation. Just rolled it over the top and covered it with plastic. Sorry I belabored that point a little bit. That was one of the things I wanted to cover. And because of the tape not sticking up at the top, I did have to put a 2x6 across the end so that piece of plastic wouldn't slide off. A little bit of on the fly engineering to make this work. Been a lot warmer. Got my Aunt Connie's super duper warm hat to keep the sun off my head here in the frozen tundra. Just saw you like an update on the property wherever it is you are today, whatever you do. I hope that you find peace and can not resent the past or wish to shut the door on it, and just move forward and have a good day. If you run into a problem while you're doing a project, do your best to overcome it and go on from there. Don't forget, subscribe, share with your friends and family. They might like our antics and adventures too. And I know I got it out of order once, but here's the end. Just all you like update on property.